time I'm gonna declutter with you my drugstore palettes. So let me start it. First one is gonna be Wet n Wild, called Not a Basic Peach. Technically it's a good dupe for the Too Faced Peach palette, and unfortunately I'm gonna declutter because I actually have the peach palette. Next one is gonna be the L'Oreal and Maybelline eyeshadow. If you look at them, they are exactly the same, except how the layout are different. And it's because Maybelline is owned by L'Oreal, or I should say L'Oreal owns Maybelline. Now the two colors which I'm willing to leave these palettes for is the pretty orange and the yellow. However, I have two colors from Cargo which are, come on, open up, which are intense and exactly the same. So instead of me leaving those two palettes, I'm gonna just leave two eyeshadows. So those two are declutter as well. Next one is the Rimmel Spice Edition, which is a dupe for one of the Urban Decay shadows. And as pretty as the palette is, and yes, it does perform well, I'm gonna declutter because those are reddish undertone. Oh yeah, the palette was called Urban Decay Heat Palette. Here we go. Now, since I lost the track of what I was trying to say, because there's a lot of reds, I'm gonna declutter. My skin has a lot of pink tones, so the reds are not going well with it, so I'm gonna declutter it. Next item are the Revlon Custom Eyes. I don't know if they make them anymore, but they used to come in a variety of shades. And let me just show you. So the pigmentation, that's the same pigmentation which you're gonna have on your eyes, and because of that I'm gonna leave it. And also the palette, it's really small, so it's easy for travel, so that's a keeper. Okay, so here is what we have left. Those are the L'Oreal Runway palette. They came up when the Project Runway was on TV. Honestly, I don't know if it still is. Now the colors which I like are the browns, and then maybe this, no, pinkish tone. However, because I have them for so long, I'm gonna declutter it. Then we got the Pure Passion from Milani. It's one of their palettes, and the colors are beautiful. Yes, you're getting a good pigmentation, and because the palette, it's really well made, I'm gonna keep it. I have couple quotes from L'Oreal, and since they already repackaged and you don't see the black package anymore, you can tell it's been a while since I repurchased. And the browns are easily found in another palette, so I'm gonna declutter those two. Then we have Oldie But a Goodie Walking on Eggshells. Next one is the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshell in the old package. Wet n Wild has really great eyeshadows because they're pigmented and they're worth value for the money which you pay. So for right now, I'm gonna keep it. Then I have a newer one from the same brand. It's Naked True. Honestly, I really didn't use it because those colors are multiples in my other palette, so I'm gonna declutter. Next one is the Modern Metallics from Maybelline, and as pretty as the colors are, I'm gonna declutter because you can easily find them in another palette. Okay, so that's what we have left. That's one of the Flower Beauty palettes in a black package. Doesn't say the name of it, but even though it looks boring, you can get a simple and really simple and nice look out of it. So yes, I'm gonna keep it. Then we have Wet n Wild, and Yes, I did use a little bit, but for example, this shadow, I don't like the way how it looks on me. And then this, it's almost the same as the one from Cargo. I'm like, not exactly the same, but it's the same color family. So yes, I'm gonna declutter. Okay, I have 4 palettes left, and I can tell you right now it's gonna be declutter because I'm not really reaching for it. This one is the Physician Formula Nude, and as pretty as the color are, they're metallic, and I don't reach for them anymore. The same as with this one, that's the Neutral Nude. And yeah, I'm like, there is nothing wrong with the shadows. They look pretty on the eyes. I have no issues with smudging, but I just don't use them anymore. And that's the reason why I'm gonna declutter. Okay, so I have 2 left. One is the, again, Physician Formula from their Sexy line. I'm fine with the colors. The thing which annoys me is the little silver overspray, because it doesn't matter what kind of brush you use, or let me rephrase that, you have to be very careful when you're using, because you can get your brush into the silver thing and it messes the eyeshadow. So unfortunately, I'm gonna get rid of it. The last one is the Comfort Zone from Wet n Wild. This thing was having a blast year back. In reality, it still does. It's a really, really good eye palette, and you cannot go wrong with it, because you have kind of your neutrals or browns, and then you have your greens. You know what? It's a good palette. So if you don't know which way you want to go to and how much you want to spend, you can easily invest in the Wet n Wild eyeshadow. Now, because I have many palettes and I'm not going to be able to use them all, I rather declutter majority of them and stick with the one which I'm gonna use. Whatever is in the basket, that's what I'm decluttering, or I should say I'm gonna donate so someone else can enjoy it. Those are the 4 eyeshadow palettes which I'm gonna keep, because I know I'm still reaching for them and I'm gonna be able to use them. Anyway, I see you guys next time. Bye!